Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we are going to talk about the parallel lines, transversals, and the angles formed using these two parallel lines. Okay, so there are four types of angles that are formed between the two parallel lines. Let's learn each of them one by one. So these are the two parallel lines and a transversals cut them. So when the angles are formed between the two parallel lines, these are the two parallel lines, and these two angles are inside of the parallel lines. These two angles and these two angles. See, here an angle is formed, here another angle is formed, here an angle is formed, and here another angle is formed. So these four angles are called interior angles of the two parallel lines, and the above two angles here and below these angles are called exterior of this parallel lines. So when we talk about these angles, angle 65 and angle X, you will find there is a Z formed. Okay, whenever this letter Z is formed, that is between the two parallel lines, when two angles are formed such that one of them is on the left side and the other one is on the right side of the line, this transversal line, then the two angles are said to be alternate angles, and alternate angles are always equals to each other. So we can say that if this one is 65, so this angle is also 65 degrees. So we use these properties to find out the unknown angles. But now these two are parallel lines. Again, these two angles are interior of it, but you will find that these two lines are now on the same side and a C is formed like this. Okay, so we use this letter C when a C sort of angles are formed, that is when the two angles are formed between the two parallel lines such that both of them are on the same side of this transversal, then these two angles are said to be interior supplementary. So we will write X is equals to 65 for being alternate angles. Okay, and here since the two angles are interior supplementary, so interior supplementary are not equal to each other as the name suggests. They are supplementary to each other such that they have a sum of 180 degrees. So how do we solve them? It's supposed to be X plus 114 is equals to 180. So to find out angle X, we have to subtract 114 from 180 degrees. That's the difference between alternate angles and interior supplementary angles. So the answer we will get here would be 66 degrees, right? So here again we have two parallel lines, and to make our calculations easier, these are the two angles that are forming. So let us make a line over here, and you can see that it's a C. So the two angles are since on the same side of the two parallel lines, it means they are interior supplementary angles. So to find out angle X, we will not add the two, we will not say that the two angles are equal to each other. Instead, we will subtract it from 180 degrees and we will get the answer 106 degrees for being interior supplementary. They are not equal to each other. But when we talk about the angles here in this figure, you will find that one of the angle is to the left and the other one to the right. So a Z is forming like this. Okay, so these two angles are said to be alternate and hence equal to each other. Here it would be X is equals to 120. Okay, and we have to learn one more property, that when the two angles lie on a straight line, this is a straight line and the two angles are forming on this straight line. So always remember that sum of angles on a straight line is always 180 degrees. So these two angles are supplementary, 55 plus X, not because they are interior supplementary but because they lie on the straight line. So 55 plus X is also 180 degrees. Here's how we can easily find it out, that by subtracting 55 from 180, and it gives us 125. Similarly here these two angles are forming on a straight line. This is a straight line and the two angles are forming on the same straight line. So again it would be 40 plus X is equals to 180, and here's how X is equals to 180 minus 40, that is 140 degrees. Okay, so always remember if the two angles on a straight line are equal to each other. Now let's learn one more property. Here we have two straight lines, but you see the two angles are opposite to each other. Okay, this one is the transversal. If you find it difficult, you can turn the page to make your calculations easier. Now you will find that the two angles are, one of them is interior between the two parallel lines, right, inside of the two parallel lines, and the other one is above the two parallel lines. Okay, so these are not interior, supplementary or alternate angles anymore. So which property we can apply over here? Always remember, students, when we have such two angles that lie on two straight lines such that the two lines meet at a point. When two lines meet at a point, the angles that are formed opposite to each other are equal to each other for being vertically opposite. So we can say that angle 51 and x plus 1 are equal to each other. Why? Because they are vertically opposite angles. So again we can find the value of x using the property of vertically opposite angles. That is, we will write it x plus 1 is equals to 51, and when we will solve it we will get the value of x, that is x is equals to 51 minus 1, and that's 50. So here we can say that the value of x would be 50, right? And when we talk about these two angles, so here you can see that these are the two parallel lines, and these two angles that are given to us are both exterior to each other. So what are we supposed to do? It's not difficult anymore, students. Let us try to build a relation between these two angles. If we talk about these two angles, they are equal to each other for being vertically opposite, right? And when we talk about a Z forming over here, so this angle and this angle are vertically opposite. It means 80, 80 and 80. So all these three angles are 80 each. Now what about this angle? So now we have a straight line over here. Let me draw it for your understanding. Since this is a straight line, so these two angles are equal to each other. Okay, we know that when two angles are formed on a straight line, they are said to be equal to each other. So we can say that 80 plus x plus 25 is equals to 180, because they are lying on the same line. So it would be equals to 180 degrees. So we can say that the two exterior angles on the same side of the transversal line, okay, since you can see this is a transversal line and both of these two angles are exterior to each other, are also supplementary, just like the two interior angles are supplementary to each other. So what we can say that these two angles are exterior supplementary to each other. So you can write this property over here. They are exterior supplementary. So what do we learn from here? The two angles on the same side of a transversal, if both of them are interior, then they are also supplementary. If they are exterior, then also they are supplementary. So from here we can solve this one, that 80 plus x plus 25. Now we can add 80 with 125, which gives us a total of 105 plus x, and now we will subtract it from 180 degrees to get the final answer, that is 75. So the value of x would be 75. Let us do one more to make it more clear. Now in this figure again you can see that this is the transversal, the two lines are parallel to each other, and the two angles are exterior supplementary because they are on the same side of the transversal. Okay, they are on the same side. We can also conclude something over here, that if the two exterior angles are outside on the opposites, that is one on the right side, the other on the left side, so they are equal to each other. If this is 7x, this would be 7x. If this is 75, this would be 75. But for 7x and 75, they are not equal to each other. Instead, 7x plus 75 is equals to 180. One more thing, students, you must learn that either the angles in these two parallel lines and transversals, the 8 angles that are forming over here, 4 here and 4 here, are either equal to each other or supplementary. Apart from that, there is no other property. So if we will solve it, it would become 7x is equals to 180 minus 75, that is 105. And then when we will divide, since 7 is getting multiplied with x, so on the other side it will be divided with 105, which gives us a total of 15. So 105 divided by 7 is equals to 15. The value of x would be then 15. That's it. Okay, students, that's how you have to solve these questions. Let's learn about the corresponding angles as well. We have learned about the interior supplementary angles, exterior supplementary angles, vertically opposite angles, and alternate angles. Now let's learn about the corresponding angles. The corresponding angles are the ones that lie on the same side and in the same direction. That is, the two angles are exactly similar to each other. If you look at angle F and angle G over here, they are equal to each other. They seems to be exactly the same. When I'll put angle F over angle G, they would both look the same. These angles are said to be corresponding, and they are not on the same line ever. They'll always be on the two different lines in the same position, same direction. So let's try to solve this one as well. So to understand it better, let us mark the angles as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting from the same position, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So angle 1 and 1 are corresponding, 2 and 2 are corresponding, 3 and 3 are corresponding, 4 and 4 are corresponding. So you will see that for angle F we have this letter F like this. Angle F and G are corresponding because there is a letter F we use for it. For angle 2 and 2 we have this letter F like this. For angle 3 and 3 we have letter like this. And for angle 4 and 4 we have letter like this. So in all four directions you will see that the two corresponding angles are in the same direction, same position, and also they have the same size. See, the two angles are exactly similar. See, when I'll draw it, so the two are exactly same, F and G. And since F and G are equal, are corresponding, so corresponding angles are always equal to each other. So how are we supposed to solve it? We know that angle G and 110 are equal to each other. So we can say that G is equals to 110. Why? Because they are vertically opposite. Okay. For angle H and 110, so for H and G and for H and 10, we know that H and G are also supplementary, H and 110 are also supplementary. So the equation we will make here will be H plus 110 is equals to 180. Why? Because they are supplementary. So how we will solve it? H is equals to 180 minus 110. And that's, it would be 70. So angle H would be 70. And when angle H is 70, we will now solve angle F. We know that F and G are corresponding. So we will write it over here. F is equals to G, and hence F is equals to 110 for being corresponding. Right? Now we have the second angle. Here we have two transversals between these two parallel lines. Let's solve I and 115. You can see here both are corresponding to each other. The same, both are in the same direction like this. Angle I and angle 115. So we can say that I is equals to 115. Why? Because they are corresponding. You have to write the reason in brackets. For angle K and M, they are vertically opposite. For angle 125, we learned about it. One is above the two parallel lines, the other one on the below the two parallel lines, and they are on the same sides of the transversal, that is on the right side of the transversal. So they are exterior supplementary, and exterior supplementary angles gives us a total of 180 degrees. So we can say that M plus 125 is equals to 180 for being exterior supplementary. So M is equals to 180 minus 125, and hence it would be 55. That's it. And after M, we know that M and K are equal for being vertically opposite. So we will write K is equals to M for being vertically opposite, and hence since M is 55, so K would also be 55. That's it.